I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Orange County Court Judge Nicholas DeRosa called his actions depraved, disgusting, selfish, and devastating. The judge then sentenced Michael Mele to 23 years in prison for the December 2008 killing of 25-year-old Laura Garza in his Town of Wallkill apartment. Mele smothered Garza to death and dumped her body in a field near Scranton, Pennsylvania. Mele told members of Garza's family in court today that he was deeply and truly sorry for his actions. Family members spoke of their suffering during the court proceedings, and afterwards they questioned Mele's sincerity.
He didn't show that he really cared. He really meant what he was saying. And it's like he says, you're never gonna have enough with whatever time he does, because we're never gonna have her back. So no time will ever fill that. These 23 years are gonna be good because it's one person not on the streets, not a predator. And we really, God bless him, whatever happens. And we're hoping that he doesn't do that again, because, it's like we were saying earlier, later on when he gets out, how difficult is it for him to make friends, because people are gonna know who he is already. These people can find out who he is. We just want everybody to know that things can happen, and even if you come from a great family and you're a wonderful person just like she was, things happen and you just need to be safe.
Laura Garza's brother Ivan said what should be done to people like Mele is mark them like they mark cattle, so people recognize them on the streets and don't get close to them. She reportedly made millions of dollars as a madam, and now 44-year-old Anna Gristina, a married mother of 4 who lives on Lakes Road in Monroe, has been arraigned on charges of running a high-priced prostitution ring out of an apartment in Manhattan's Upper East Side. The district attorney's office in Manhattan says Gristina had been serving customers that range from politicians, law enforcement officials, and influential businessmen for more than 15 years. Authorities say at the time of her arrest, Gristina was attempting to expand her escort business through the internet. She has been charged with promoting prostitution. Her arrest capped a 5-year-long investigation that included more than 50 hours of video and audio recordings. Gristina faces up to 7 years in prison if she is convicted. At her arraignment, she was ordered held on $2 million bond. Metro North officials have released the identity of the man who was hit by a train in an apparent suicide Saturday evening near the Beacon train station. Metro North police say 54-year-old Michael Santo of the city of Newburgh was struck and killed after walking into the path of a passenger train. Santo was pronounced dead at the scene. About an hour and a half later, another train was brought to the scene to accommodate the 200 commuters that were on the train that was involved in the tragedy. He took the stage to make his pitch. Orange County Executive Ed Diana spelled out his vision for a revised county government center building to members of the county legislature during a presentation at the county's emergency services building. The 3-story, 175,000 square foot complex would replace the existing storm damaged building and would cost an estimated $75 million, well below previous building proposal estimates. The county exec will need at least 14 votes from the legislature to get this scaled-back plan approved. Legislators appeared receptive to what they saw, especially the reduced price tag, since repair costs are an estimated $67 million.
I would much rather have a new building rather than pouring good money after bad. That building has had issues since day one. And I believe that the new building was the way to go, and I think that we can continue to go ahead and whittle down the costs.
He listened to the people in the legislature and came down to 75 million, scaled things back. It definitely helps the process.
I think it's like we're getting back more to what is going to be practical and what the people of Orange County, the taxpayers, are going to be able to accept and align themselves with.
Diana would like the legislature to make a decision within 2 months, and he'd like new building construction to start in 2014. Legislators will discuss the latest proposal during a committee meeting March 26th. A two-alarm blaze damaged part of a house in Chester this morning. The initial call came in as a chimney fire at the residence at 131 Johnson Road. Smoke and flames spread into the upper floor. People were reportedly home at the time, but there was no word of any injuries. Investigators were called in to try to pinpoint the cause of the blaze. And Coast Guard workers were attempting to patch up a hole in a retired Staten Island ferry boat that's been leaking and listing in the Hudson River along the Newburgh waterfront. The boat that had been brought to Steelway Shipbuilders in Newburgh began leaking over the weekend and became partially submerged. Environmental officials have been keeping an eye on the area to confirm that there's been no leaking of any fuel. Once the patchwork is completed, attempts were to be made to refloat the vessel. We'll enjoy mild weather for the next couple of days. It'll be mostly sunny and pleasant Wednesday, with temperatures getting up around 60 degrees. More of the same on Thursday, with the highs again in the 55 to 60 degree range, under a partly cloudy sky. Get a recap on all the day's events in tomorrow's Times Herald Record, and when news breaks, you will find it here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.